Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Nick Ramsey and I'm from the UK, but I live in Japan now and I've been here teaching English for over 20 years. Today we're going to read a news article about a library book that was returned to the library over 40 years after it was checked out. Now this story is from Canada and I'm not going to explain every word, and there are some difficult words. So please click the link to the source article below this video, read through the article yourself and check any difficult words. Then come back here and you can try to shadow talk me or repeat me, paying attention to pronunciation and intonation. Then I'm going to give you a short quiz and finally some discussion questions. Okay? All right, go and read that article. Bye-bye. Okay, come back. So let's look at the first page. I have 3 pages. And here we go. A Toronto library book is back on the shelves after spending over 4 decades in the home of its borrower. The book, which was last checked out in October of 1978, was finally returned to the Danforth Coxwell branch earlier this month in what can only be described as a triumphant victory of procrastination. Luckily for the returner, the super late children's poetry book wasn't subjected to any overdue fines due to Toronto Public Library's new policy that outlaws charging children any late fees. While it's not usual to hold on to a book for quite that long, we always welcome library books back, Michelle Lung, Communications Officer, told Narcity. Earlier this year, we announced that we are eliminating kids' overdue fines in a move to remove barriers to library access, she added. People are responsible for returning materials, and those who don't will still need to pay the replacement cost. It's also worth noting that TPL currently isn't charging overdue fines on any materials due to the pandemic. Okay, so we've read the article. I hope you understand it. Let's look at 3 quiz questions together. Number 1. When was the book last checked out of the library? Let's go back to the first slide. When was the book last checked out of the library? Okay, so I hope you can see that it was last checked out in October of 1978. Okay? All right, now next question, number 2. Why wasn't the borrower fined? Why wasn't the borrower fined? Let's go back to the second slide. Why wasn't the borrower fined? Okay, now the borrower is the returner, and he or she wasn't fined, wasn't subjected to any overdue fines due to Toronto Public Library's new policy that outlaws charging children any late fees. Okay? Of course, the returner isn't a child anymore, but I'm sure they were over 40 years ago. Okay, last question, number 3. Why don't children have to pay fines anymore? Why don't children have to pay fines anymore? Let's go back to the third slide. Why don't children have to pay fines anymore? Now, you might be tempted to say it's because of the coronavirus pandemic, but no, that's not true. The correct answer is at the top. We are eliminating kids' overdue fines in a move to remove barriers to library access. Okay, so children aren't fined anymore because they want to make it easier for children to borrow and return books. Okay, nice. So those were our 3 questions. Let's have a look at 3 discussion questions. So, number 1, do you read much? What do you like to read? Pause the video and answer the question. Okay, that's great. To be honest, I don't read a lot. Maybe 1 or 2 books a year, but I should read more. Number 2, how often do you borrow books from the library? Pause the video and answer the question. Okay, well, I hope you do borrow books from the library because we're lucky to have such a good service. Myself, I don't borrow books from the library because they're all in Japanese, and my Japanese is pretty terrible. I would like to, though, if there were more English books out here in Kakamigahara City libraries. Okay, last question, number 3. Have you ever returned one late? Have you ever returned a library book late? And if so, what happened? Did you have to pay a fine? Pause the video and answer the question. Okay? All right. You know, I don't remember returning a library book late, but I haven't borrowed one since I was in university. That reminds me, when I was in university, we had a very large library with an elevator, but it was a very special elevator. It had no doors, and it didn't stop. It would go up, and then up and down, and you would hop on, hop off. Imagine the back of a London bus. You'd hop on the elevator and hop off, and you had to be quick so you didn't get squished between the floors. It was a little bit scary, to be honest. Anyway, if you've been watching this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really do appreciate your support. So, if you want, you can tweet me at any time on Twitter, at Nick's English. There's a link somewhere around here. And until next time, have a good day. See you soon. Bye-bye.